The engines of the Sodor Railway were always busy. Thomas puffed along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle. Percy took the mail train, and Gordon proudly pulled the express. Gordon thought he was the strongest, fastest, and cleanest engine on the whole of the railway. But one thing bothered him. His firebox rattled as it cooled down at night. Gordon knew his rattle stopped the other engines from getting to sleep. That night, Gordon's firebox went click-clunk, click-clunk. Thomas and Percy started to chuckle.
Rattler Gordon's keeping us all awake.
He keeps on clanking from morning till night.
The only engines keeping other engines awake are little engines with very bad manners.
But secretly, he felt rather embarrassed. In the morning, Percy teased Gordon again.
Rattlebox is awake at last.
Gordon ignored Percy. He didn't like being called names.
I'm the strongest, I'm the best, I'm the cleanest, I'm the fastest, and I pulled the express. I do wish the others would at least remember that just once.
Later, Gordon pulled into Knapford Station where James was waiting.
Oh, look! Rattler Gordon's here, and he's pulling the new latest Click-Clunk Express!
You dare have the gall to insult the express's good name?
This made Gordon very cross indeed, especially because Bill and Ben, the tank engine twins, overheard.
Hope your click-clunk gets better soon. See you later, old Rattler.
This was the final straw for Gordon. His patience had soon gone.
Right, that does it. If everyone is going to be disrespectful to me, then I'll do the same to them as my dignified revenge.
So later, just like that, he put his dignified revenge into motion. At the water tank, he pulled up ahead of Duck. Duck was exasperated. At Knapford, Percy had brought Gordon's coaches into number 1 platform.
Away with you, little Percy. Number 1 is my platform. Little engines shouldn't hang around.
You're a boastful, bossy, big blue boiler.
Later, Gordon told the other engines to give a polite toot-toot whenever they saw him.
Why should we, Gordon?
Simple. I'm the strongest and the best. An engine who should be treated with more respect.
Huh. I don't care if you toot at him. I'm not going to. So there.
Gordon steamed across the main line with much higher spirits. He was sure his revenge had managed to put all the other engines in their place. Maybe then they would forget about his clunk-click and treat him properly now. Presently, he saw Thomas coming the other way and listened eagerly for his toot-toot. But all he heard from Thomas was just a very rude jeer instead. It was enough to make him feel very indignant. If Gordon wasn't so distracted, he would have seen the signal telling him to stop, let alone the freight train ahead. But his timing on urgent stopping was unfortunately a tad off.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Thankfully for the shaken crew and passengers, they were unscathed. But Gordon was awkwardly derailed in a very muddy mess.
Oh, the agony of it all.
Time seemed to drag after help had been called. Gordon waited restlessly to be put back on the rails when Percy arrived.
Hello, Gordon. I see you're not the cleanest engine anymore.
Then after an hour passed, James puffed up next.
I don't think you'll be pulling the express for a while, Gordon. Your bride's name is Mud at the moment.
Finally, Henry arrived.
Gordon's a mess, Gordon's a mess. He's the largest and bulkiest.
Poor Gordon. At last, the breakdown gang arrived at the scene, tidied up the mess, and had Gordon craned back on the rails. He looked and felt very foolish indeed. Donald pushed into the fitter's yard. Gordon had to stay at the fitter's yard for a long time. The men worked hard to mend and clean him.
You're just not fit to be seen.
You can say that again. Oh.
While he was away, some of the other engines took it in turns to pull the express for him. One evening at Tidmouth Sheds, Henry arrived back feeling very tired.
Phew! I forgot how hard it was pulling the express.
Yes. Gordon must be very strong to pull the express so fast.
I miss Gordon. I'll admit, I even miss having his rattle to go to sleep by.
Perhaps he wouldn't have crashed if I hadn't insulted him.
What did you say?
I can't repeat it. Driver and fireman will just scold me again.
Meanwhile, back at the works, Gordon sat looking forlorn. He knew the other engines were pulling the express for him.
Thank goodness for my friends. I'm sure they're doing a very good job.
Finally, Gordon was as good as new. The fitters had even managed to fix the rattle in his firebox. That evening, Gordon had something to say.
Is it about being the fastest and the best again?
Not at all this time. I knew my rattle kept you awake at night, and I'm sorry. And I was also silly about my so-called dignified revenge. I realize now that engines toot other engines because they work hard and deserve it, not because they ask for it.
But we think you do deserve it, Gordon.
Because you work hard, and you are a really useful engine.
And we're sorry too, for being rude to you so much first.
Gordon smiled his biggest smile. Now all the engines greet each other with a cheerful toot toot for all the hard work they do on Sir Topham Hatt's railway.